Judge.
Yes, sir.
Okay. No, the video is kind of freezing on me.
Okay. Yeah, if anybody has anything else that is on, just turn it off. Except for what you're using right now. Turn off any phones or TVs or whatever, and like we can all hear each other much clearer. All right. We're here on F3329-15-4 in the interest of AGO and LAO, an emergency hearing. Yes, sir, Mr. Contreras?
Your Honor, this is basically a modification that they introduced to the court, Your Honor. Part of the prior judgment is that they could move. It's a geographical restriction argument this morning and maybe future litigation. But what's happening, Your Honor, is that she moved to Cameron County, specifically San Benito. And when she moved, she failed to notify, as per the law, as per all decrees and judgments that are out there concerning conservatorship, that she needs to notify the other parent regarding the address, regarding the schools and so forth where these children are going to be living at, Your Honor. Now, we were contesting, at one point, we were going to be contesting geographical restriction. However, once I reviewed the judgment, the prior judgment, Your Honor, it allows her to move after we go through a modification hearing. She went ahead and just did it before the litigation was conducted. But that's besides the point. It's over and done with, Your Honor. What we're asking for is some accommodations, Your Honor. Number one, we need the address of this child. Number two, the schools that he's attending. In addition to that, we need also, Your Honor, for her to make an effort to bring the children to Pharr. There's a McDonald's in Pharr, Texas, Your Honor, and she can bring them there to drop off and pick up, Your Honor. What she's doing now, as per my client, and is that when she wants to, she takes him over. If not, he has to go all the way to San Benito and pick him up. But I want just some type of rulings from the court, Your Honor, at this point in time, the address, which is by law, the address of where the children are living, also the school district. In addition to that, Your Honor, we're asking for educational information as far as the teachers, as far as everything, because we don't know where they're at. I mean, we know they're in San Benito, Your Honor, but other than that, we don't have any other information. But again, we're also seeking, Your Honor, since she moved, Your Honor, before litigating this issue, we're asking that she incurred the travel expense to Pharr, Texas, McDonald's. It's not, we're not asking for much, but that is what we're asking, Your Honor, this morning to finalize this litigation, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Vega? You need to unmute Mr. Vega. Yes, sir.
I did, Judge. I heard what Mr. Contreras is saying. I got two Zooms going on right now, but
Okay.
I heard what Mr. Contreras said, Judge. According to my client, she has to come and drop him off, pick up and drop off where the gentleman lives. We have other issues. I believe before the pandemic, he struck one of the youngest one. Law enforcement was called. We just learned that the case was dismissed because they didn't see her for like 3 days after. Mm-hmm. And there was no more bruising. He notifies the children that they can't have a birthday party because he's paying $250 in child support. Okay. So we kind of have that attitude from him. We don't want to give the home address because he harasses this woman, Judge. He's been doing it since the divorce. We're okay with coming to Pharr and dropping off the kids. We'd rather that they live in Westlaco. I don't know why we're going to Pharr. The gentleman lives in the Westlaco area. She lives 20 minutes from him. Nothing's changed. The school will gladly give them school information, Judge, when they start. But not the home address. I can put her on, Judge, to give you the testimony that we need. So we do that in child support cases all the time, where they don't take the address because of the harassment or the danger. And if you want to hear that testimony, we can. But school information, no problem, Judge. And we will meet them in a public place to drop off. If it is somewhere closer, Pharr is too far away, Judge. He lives in Westlaco, she's in San Benito. They're 20 minutes apart. It could be halfway. It could be in Westlaco, Judge.
Okay. All right. Are both clients working?
I believe Mr.
Are
Contreras'
they both
client
employed?
is. I don't know if my client is working. I know she was staying home with the children.
Okay.
Miss,
How?
Your Honor, may I address the court, Your Honor?
Yes.
Your Honor, as far as the halfway point, we're not asking for that, Your Honor. She moved without giving us any information. Let's go with the argument that Mr. Vega is saying. I give him that. We don't need the home address if that's the case. If there's been history of domestic violence or harassment, which is fine, we can give him that. The only thing that we need, Your Honor, and I think we already have, is at least a number or email so we can notify that she's coming this way. In addition to that, we want something from the court specifically saying, this is a place, this is where you need to meet. Failure to do that, it's a court order. I mean, she can bring the kids to Westaco at McDonald's in Westaco, Your Honor. I overspoke. I thought my client was from FAR, Your Honor, and I stand corrected. He is from Westaco. But, and we can do a mutual injunction, Your Honor, as far as disparaging remarks. I would admonish my client, and the court can admonish both people, both parties, that they need to stop making disparaging remarks regarding child support, regarding custody, regarding one another. And we can do a mutual injunction so we can satisfy Mr. Vega's concern as well on that point, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay. You got Westlaco and you got San Benito. A good halfway point might be maybe Mercedes PD. Mercedes PD.
yes,
Your Honor, but that's awarding, that's, public policy, what's court, I mean, I'm fine with the court makes a ruling to that degree, Your Honor, but my biggest concern is this, Your Honor, that this lady has, you and I, all of us will see just a couple of miles, it's just 20 minutes. Mr. Vega says 20 minutes, Your Honor, but 20 minutes is a lot of time when you're trying to establish a relationship, and public policy in the family code says that they are promoting equal access to both kids. And in this case, I'd rather see her bringing the kids all the way to Westaco, Your Honor. She inconvenienced my client by moving to San Benito. I'm asking the court, if possible, to Westaco McDonald's. But again, if the court is West Mercedes, we can live with Mercedes, Your Honor. But I think under the circumstances, I would ask for McDonald's and Westaco, Your Honor.
Well, between Mercedes and Westlaco, that's what, 5 miles apart, 4 miles apart. They're next to each other.
Yes,
it's almost Westlaco when I say Mercedes.
That's
They're
true.
like next to each other.
That's true.
I would think you guys are from the east, I'm from the west, but I think that I think they're close to each other. So on the school, of course, you need the information on the school, the elementary school or middle school.
Yes, Your Honor.
With address
Yes,
and whatnot. You got to give that information. Then you have an
Yes, Your
email
Honor.
or phone number. Each of them needs to have a phone number where they can call each other just regarding the kids and nothing else.
yes, Judge, we'll provide.
No disparaging remarks, of course. That's a given. And but they need each other's information, the phone numbers. And
Yes.
but the school we do need not her address. Okay.
You know what I'm going to do, Your Honor, is I'm going to prepare a final order, Mr. Vega, with your permission as well, and include all the rulings today. And you need it. You want me to put a laundry list, Mr. Vega, in there regarding mutual injunction?
Yes,
Is
sir.
that okay?
Thank you.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, mutual work. It'll be fine. But-
And the pickup and drop out will be where, Your Honor, from now on?
I would say Mercedes PD.
Okay, Your Honor. Yes. Well, there's a Whataburger on by the outlet malls, Your Honor. There's a Chili's there.
Oh, okay. Now, there's an expressway there. I mean, let's see what else. You got the malls. You got the outlets. There's a Whataburger there at the outlets.
That's right. Yes, sir.
Right there. That'll work by the expressway.
Yeah, okay, Your Honor.
Mr. Vega, where are you? I don't see you.
Yes, I'm here, Judge.
All right.
I'm good with
I-
that. I'm good.
I said the Whataburger at the outlets is compared as opposed to the PD because you're on the
Yes, sir.
expressway. You're there on the expressway.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, may I ask my client if he's got any other concerns that he has?
Okay.
Mr. Tiveros?
Well, let me put him on the road. Mr. Ontiveros, good morning. Please raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole
Not from
truth,
the
and nothing
defense,
but the truth?
Yes, Mr. Judge.
You may put your hand down. You may begin.
Mr. Tiveros, you understand what the court ruling says today, that he's going to allow the kids to live in San Benito. However, again, you will be provided the address and the telephone number, email as well. In addition to that, there'll be a ruling that both of you cannot talk bad about each other in front of the children, okay? In addition to that, again, the pickup and drop up would be at Whataburger and Mercedes to
The
accommodate
outlets.
your the distance between you and the kids. And the pickup and drop up will be as per standard visitation. You have extended or standard visitations, Mr. Ontiveros?
I have a standard, but also an extension. I do get them an extra day on Wednesdays, and also during the summertime, I do get an extension.
Are you seeking extended visitations today?
I think we should just leave the visitation alone. He already has everything, Mr. Contreras.
Whatever you
I know,
have, just follow it.
Okay, no problem. I'll follow. If we file something else, we file something else. We'll deal with.
And just
some other
follow whatever
day.
you have.
Yes. Do you understand what's going on? Are you in agreement with what the court has ordered?
I am, just asking the judge to give us something fair at the moment, because the other party has violated the court order by moving to a different county when the final decree order in place currently right now says that you cannot make any decisions out of the Hidalgo County. So when she violated that order, it made it very hard for me to, make those accommodations in my schedule. I'm a single father. I work a full-time job. I take care of my kids. I pick them up when I have to pick them up. And when she made that decision, it only made me think that she can now make decisions and get away with it, and no issues or any type of consequences are given anymore. And I find that very biased.
Mr. Ontiveros, what the court has done is went ahead and accommodated that distance. Because of the kids are already there, she went forward without any type of hearing. What the court has done, Mr. Ontiveros, is allowed. She's going to have to travel to Hidalgo County and drop them off in Mercedes for you at the proper time. That's going to be her.
I do want to correct. I do live in Progreso, and that address was updated with the Child Support Division and also with the Attorney General. Progreso is right next door to Westlaco. It's not that far, maybe 5 minutes. The current order says that I would pick them up right after school. The kids attended school in Westlaco at the Idea Academy. That was very hard for me sometimes, even to get out or even make plans for my family members to pick them up. Now it would be even harder for me to pick them up in the Mercedes area. It's just the way it is. Because
Mrs. Ontiveros, there's some Peter Piper right there on 1015 in Westlaco.
Yes, sir.
1015 by the expressway. Would that help? It's just a little bit further, about a mile more from Whataburger and Mercedes, or 2 miles.
Yes.
Would that be better for you if that Peter Piper on 1015?
Yes, that would be fine.
That's good. Can we agree on that?
Well, being that it is Progressive, we thought it was Westlaco. Now it's Progressive. I think that'll be accommodated. That'll work.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Ontiveros?
Yes, sir.
All right. Just remember,
he's going to do the 1015 on that Peter Piper off the expressway at the time, but we're going to have to change the time. It's not going to be after school. It'll be about 5:30, Mr. Ontiveros, because she's got to come from San Benito and drop them off to you. Okay.
That's fine.
All right, sir.
I'd just like to, before we pass the witness here, I'd just like to remind the parties that you need to follow the decree. If you think you can get away one time and do it again, you're in trouble. So don't do it. I mean, follow the decree. That's all I can say. That's why we have it. Anytime you two guys can agree mutually on anything, fine, do it. But when you cannot agree on anything mutually, follow the decree. You mess up with that, and somebody's going to be in trouble next time we have a hearing. Anything else, Mr. Vega?
Judge, yes, if I may, my client is on. I'd like to address his concerns. I'd just like to, if she could unmute herself, make sure I didn't miss anything. Ms. Gonzalez?
Okay.
Yes.
Did you hear what the judge said? order?
I do have a concern. I work in Brownsville, Texas. I work from 8 to 4, either 6 to 2. It's just different shift. It's not a set schedule. I do live in San Benito. Mr. Ontiveros has not once had to come to San Benito and pick him up. He's never been inconvenienced. I've always, since I moved, I always took it upon myself to take the children to Progreso, pick them up every single time. Now, he doesn't know where I live for the fact that that Mr. Vega gave earlier. He stated he already had the information from the school, which is why I didn't give it to him. I did tell him I was going to send it to him, and he told me, and I have it in text message, that he already has the information. He was just letting me know. So I never sent him anything back. But I do work in Brownsville, and I live in San Benito. I mean, if there's any closer point than other than Westlaco, Peter Piper from his house is about 8 minutes. Me coming from Brownsville, Los Tomates International Bridge, Gateway International Bridge, Brownsville and Matamoros International Bridge, all the way to Westlaco, that's a 45-minute drive.
May I ask questions, Your Honor, Ms. Gonzalez?
Yes, sir, Mr.
Ms.
Gonzalez.
Gonzalez, first of all, Ms. Gonzalez, you're the one who violated the order. You went ahead and moved to San Benito, Cameron County without notifying my client. Is that correct?
No, he was aware.
But you moved against what the order said. Is that correct?
I did because I was 8 months pregnant. I moved in the time when the virus and all that stuff occurred, and my lease was up. I got married. I was 8 months pregnant. I had no other choice but to move. We filed in January, Mr. Contreras.
Ms. Gonzalez, you violated the order, and you just admitted that to the court.
And Mr. Ontiveros violated the court order as well.
Anybody who's inconvenienced anybody, it's been you, Ms. Gonzalez, because he's got a relationship with his kids. Is that correct?
And I as well, Mr. Contreras, as Mr. Ontiveros has violated the court order. Also, when he moved from his apartment in Westlaco, he has not notified me. I don't know where he works. In the court order, it also states that we are responsible to let each other know change of address, change of employment, change of phone numbers. We've always had each other's phone numbers. There's always been communication when it comes to the children. I do not know where he works. He has never told me where he works. He's changed jobs multiple times. I know that he lives with his mother's. I know that he lives with his mother because I pick up and drop off the children there. Has he ever technically told me? No, he has not. I do not know the address.
Have you ever in the past harassed him at his work?
I have never harassed him at his work. I don't know where he works. I don't know. I've never called him to his work. I don't know the number.
Before you separated, did you? You never harassed him at work?
No.
You never called his
I don't
boss
know
and
where he
harassed
works.
him? I'm talking about before you separated. I'm talking about before.
No, sir. My answer was no.
Okay.
My answer was no.
Because before you separated, you didn't have an idea of where he was working, of course, because you guys were together. Is that correct?
I don't. When we were together, living together, yes, I knew he was working at CVS Pharmacy. That was 5 years ago. I don't know anything since then, and I don't care to know. I have been receiving child support, yes.
And he's provided for his kids. Is that correct?
He is providing for his kids. He doesn't pay it all the time or the full quantity. He is behind most of the times, but yes, he does provide. Yes, he does. He does see his kids. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
No other questions.
I think we said earlier that the kids go to school in San Benito.
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
And that's where you live also, right?
Yes.
They haven't. Sorry, Judge. They haven't started school yet. The San Benito School District starting first day of school has been delayed. They formerly last season they went to the Idea Academy in Westlaco. The Idea Academy in Westlaco has already started online courses. I just wanted to comment on that.
Okay. So are the kids already enrolled in school, Miss Gonzalez?
Judge Garza, the children are enrolled at San Benito at Judge Oscar de la Fuente Elementary. Their bell schedule is 8:30 a.m. to 3:15 p.m. They will begin September 8th.
All right. Very well. Anything else?
No, Your Honor. Thank you for your time.
All right. Thank you all very much. Please reduce all this into writing so I can sign it, okay?
I will do that, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. You all may be excused. Thank you very much.